Hey everyone, welcome back again to another edition of Moments with Lulu. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you're subscribed so you're getting notifications whenever I put up a new video. So today's video is just going to be what's in my clinical bag for my clinical rotation. And I'm just going to be showing you all one after the other and explain this to you as I go through. And I have two bags here for a reason, which I'm going to explain as I go on with this video. So the first thing in my bag is my book. I mean, I carry lots of books to clinical, not lots of books per se, but just a lot of writing materials. So I have this book for just like taking notes, and this was the book I had to study lots of things before going to my preceptorship placement. So this was where I took notes and made notes for things I would most likely see in my area for preceptorship. I really like this because it comes to like 5 different pages. So it has 5 sections. It has a section like this, a section like this that you can split as needed and accordingly. So this is very valuable for me. And then I have this pad here because it's I don't use it in clinical per se. It's just that I use it to take notes of like things I have to improve on in like my clinical practice. I use it to ask my preceptor for feedback. So feedback purposes and improvement in clinical. So every time I go on the unit, so every week I'll try to ask my preceptor, oh, what can I do better in my upcoming shift or in the next few shifts or in the next week and whatnot. And whatever feedback she gives to me, I make sure I handwrite it here, and I take this every day with me to clinical, just so I'm looking, oh, I need to achieve this before the end of this week, I need to achieve this by the end of the term, I need to be good at time management, I need to be more quick with my assessment and my other nursing skills as well. So yeah, it's just for like taking notes on area of improvement. That's why I have this. And within this pad I also have like extra sheets as well. So I have extra A4s right here. I have extra A4s and extra ruled sheets just in case I need to use them in clinical or while I'm home and stuff like that. So that's why I have this pad with me. And of course, your stethoscope is very important. So my stethoscope and my pen light as well. So I've had this for a while now, like since nursing school. This is the stethoscope I've been using. And yeah, I just like it. I think like being pink makes it unique, and I can't look for it because I've never seen any person with a pink stethoscope, for me personally. And I also have my pen light. And the reason why I like this pen light is because it has all the millimeters, so it has the measurement. So this is how I know what my patient's pupil size is. That's why I really like this, and I got it off Amazon. I'll try to see if I can leave some links to any of these products, but it's been a really long time and I'm not sure, but I'll try to see if I can find any links, because most of these, my stethoscope, my pen light, most of my materials, I get them from Amazon. And also I have this, an eye shield. I have to, just in case. We get like a thin sheet where we put it around here, so it 3 sides, and yeah, something I use every day in clinical as well. Again, because of COVID, that's how all of this started, with your mask as well. And I also ensure I take extra mask. So I like taking extra mask to clinical. I mean, I always like get masks in the hospital, but I just like to have extra ones in my bag just in case. I always have my glasses in my bag, but I don't use it. Like, I don't wear these glasses in clinical just because of the eye shield they are made to wear. I just feel like it's too many, like it's too much, like it's an extra work for me to pick up my glasses and wear underneath the eye shield, and it's super uncomfortable. And then I have this notepad here. So this is a notepad I've been using since the very first day of my clinical rotation. So this just helps me with, so everything my preceptor like told me like in clinical, and every new learning and everything I've come across that probably I don't know this, or this is something I have to know or I have to be aware of just for my placement area. I made it a duty to write it here. So even if I don't write it and I come home, so what I do, I'll show you something else. So I have this sticky notes here, this pink sticky notes, and I also have this notepad. So these two, I carry them in the clinical setting, so they are always in my pockets. These are things I carry around. So if my preceptor says something and I'm like, oh no, like I need to jot this down, I always like write it quickly on these notepads and just make important points. Same here. And whenever I come home, so this is something I do every morning after clinical. So when I come back from clinical, let's say I do clinical from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and I come back home and I go to bed and wake up around 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, I use this notepad to write everything that my preceptor told me the previous shift, just because I feel like when I do it in the morning, my brain is fresh and I'm thinking more about whatever my instructor explained to me. This is something I go through frequently just because there is so many important information here that it's more like specific to the unit and specific to the patient population. I always have this, I've always had this in my pocket since the beginning of my preceptorship. So I have this safety checklist I made and it's always in my pocket. I've always had it since the first day of my preceptorship. It's just for safety checks. And then I have this, so just because I'm in the ICU, I have this sheet here where I wrote like common continuous infusions patients are usually on. So it has more like cardiac medications. So these are more like blood pressure, contractility medications, and these are like most commonly used continuous infusions on the unit. So I just, you know, made a sheet like this, more like a cheat sheet for me. This is also always in my scrub as well. So I just made a cheat sheet of what this medication does and also how it's titrated for the patient and indicating whether it's weight-based or like just or non-weight based, something like that, and how many points or how much you have to titrate up or down depending on the patient's like blood pressure and whatnot, or their map and stuff like that. But yeah, so this is something very important for me as well. Basically, I take lots of notes to clinical, I don't know why, and also been using all these like study packages specific to the unit I'm on. So these are things I like to review, and they're always in my bag because this is something I make reference to. So if I'm not sure of something in clinical, so these are very useful to me, and some of them I have them on my laptop. It's a lot more convenient to open this on like hard copy in clinical versus bringing out your laptop, opening your notes and stuff like that. I feel like that's way too stressful. And then I have my wristwatch. So I just wear this watch as needed. I don't wear it all the time, but I try to wear it like when I'm not in clinical all the time, if that makes sense. But in clinical, I try not to. But the good thing is that there are clocks in patients' rooms, so it's very helpful as well. Another thing about like my watch is that I can like get notifications. So if I'm expecting like an important email from the university or from my faculty or just from work, like I just can quickly look at what's urgent versus what can wait, if that makes sense. So that's where this comes in really handy and very helpful for me. But I really love this watch anyways because it fulfills all the important purposes. And I always have a lip gloss in my bag. I don't know why. I haven't used it for the whole of winter. Yes, I haven't used it for the whole of winter. I haven't used it for the whole of fall, and I feel like that's just because we are always wearing masks, so that area is moist around like your mouth area, so there's really no need for me to use it. So once I have my lip balm in the morning, like it carries me all through 12-hour shift and beyond. And then I have my hand sanitizer. I mean, it's not the perfect hand sanitizer. It's antibacterial gel, but it's better than nothing. So it's more like an emergency something. Yeah, it may not be like your hospital alcohol 70-90% based product kind of thing. Yeah, but I still have it anyways. And then I always have pens and pencils in my bag. Like they are also always in my scrub pockets because I have to take notes. And then my AirPods, like this is very helpful for me because overnight we take like, let's say, an hour break and then sleep break. So this helps me like with sleep, and it also helps me like with reviewing stuff or editing my videos when I'm on my break and I don't want to hear any external noises and stuff like that. And I have an eye mask, so I take my eye mask to clinical just because it helps with sleep at night. So whenever I have my break, I like to use my break to sleep. Yeah, I just find it helpful. If I have a hard time sleeping when I come home, I might as well use some time to like sleep during like regular school, you know, regular clinical when I'm able to. And then I have my clinical badge here. So I have my student ID, I have important information as well. So tips on clinical, I have some codes for like different equipment in the hospital. And then I have this rapid response, when to call rapid response because maybe your patient is like acutely decompensating. This is more like the goal of care card. I think every healthcare professional has this. I don't know, I've seen it on everyone's badge. I've not really met anyone who, I haven't seen this on their badge. But anyways, it's just something that gives you the goal of care of your patient. So this helps you know, like, okay, what if my patient crashes? Do I need to do a CPR on this person? Their goal of care determines what kind of care will be provided to them. So yeah, that's what this is for. And yeah, and I have this that says, this card that says, wait, why am I talking? It's more like a jargon alert card. So if you know what I mean, so basically, like in healthcare, there's so many like fancy terminologies or big words used to describe small things and stuff like that. And for me, it's like I still don't know all of it. It's just more like telling healthcare professionals that they should slow down whenever they are speaking to people, because not everyone might understand just because that's not what they do or that's not their area of specialization. But yeah, and then I have this bag. So basically, this is my actual clinical bag, and the reason I have this one is because I carry it to the unit. So I just put it at the back of my chair where I'm sitting with all my materials, because I can easily reach it just in case I need to find information on my laptop, or I need to find information on this paper hard copies here I showed you all previously. So that's what my bag is for. And this is just, you know, just for the video, just for this video, just so it's more organized and more presentable, you know what I mean. So yeah, and lastly, before I forget, I always take my my laptop and my external drive to clinical, just because I like to maybe get some work done when I'm on break, or edit some of my videos as needed. So that's where this comes in. So yeah, that brings me to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed watching this episode of what's in my clinical bag, please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And let me know in the comment section which of this you find to be probably the most important thing to have in your clinical bag. And if you're a nursing student, or if you're a medical student, or if you're in healthcare in general and you're watching this video, please comment in the comment section what are your go-tos for clinical, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye now.